The Marvel method just won't work for Star Wars, but will this franchise ever rival the MCU? Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker drops a few months from now, but Star Wars fans are already looking to the future of the galaxy far, far away. The only problem is that right now, it feels awfully far, far away. After The Rise of Skywalker, we won't have a new Star Wars film until December 16th, 2022, when whatever it is that Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are working on makes the Kessel Run to our local theater. So why is it going to take so long to get more Star Wars movies when we've had 22 Marvel movies over the last 10 years and even more coming our way in 2020? Well, that's because what works for Marvel simply doesn't work the same way for Star Wars, at least according to Lucasfilm head honcho Kathleen Kennedy. Speaking with Vanity Fair, Kennedy said, "I think that Disney is very respectful of what this is, and right from the beginning we talked about the fragility of this form of storytelling. Because it's something that means so much to fans, you can't turn this into some kind of factory approach. You can't even do what Marvel does necessarily, where you pick characters and build new franchises around those characters. This needs to evolve differently." And Kennedy's exactly right. The Star Wars universe is very different than the MCU, especially when it comes to storytelling. Disney tried to pump out multiple Star Wars movies each year, but experienced diminishing returns at the box office as a result, prompting Disney, as CEO Bob Iger revealed to The Hollywood Reporter, to rethink their entire release strategy. Star Wars movies will now come out the weekend before Christmas every other year, and honestly, that's okay. Trying to force a shared cinematic universe to come out on an assembly line-like schedule can often backfire. I mean, just ask the DC Cinematic Universe, which is only now starting to find its footing after unmooring itself from the idea that it needs to ape Marvel's every move. And just because Lucasfilm may not be cranking out 2 or 3 Star Wars movies per year for now, doesn't mean they're powering down the hyperdrive on the franchise. There are tons of new Star Wars projects barreling down the pipeline, including 3 untitled Star Wars movies coming out in 2022, 2024, and 2026, and a bunch of TV projects. Recently, BuzzFeed reported that Alita Battle Angel writer Leda Kalogridis is already hard at work writing what could be the beginning of a full Knights of the Old Republic trilogy based on the beloved 2003 RPG series. Now, very few details are available on this project, but the news seems to suggest that Benioff and Weiss are working on something completely different. When Lucasfilm first announced that D&D would be charting a course for the Star Wars galaxy, well, many fans assumed that Old Republic stuff might be a perfect fit for these guys, who totally, absolutely ended Game of Thrones in the tidiest, most satisfying way possible. Of course, Rian Johnson is still working on his own Star Wars trilogy, which we don't know anything about apart from the fact that it will, quote, introduce new characters from a corner of the galaxy that Star Wars lore has never before explored, end quote. Maybe he is going to bring the Old Republic to the big screen, or maybe he'll just direct 3 whole movies about space horse racing. But where Star Wars' immediate future really gets exciting is in television. One of the flagship titles of Disney's upcoming streaming service, Disney Plus, is The Mandalorian. It's the first ever live-action Star Wars TV series, and honestly, it might have been the most exciting thing that we saw at Star Wars Celebration. And yes, that includes the Emperor. And that's just the beginning. Star Wars is also prepping a second live-action series about Rogue One's Cassian Andor and K2SO for Disney Plus, where it will join several other Marvel series being developed for that platform. So, I don't know, maybe Star Wars' approach really isn't all that different from Marvel's? But what do you think? Is Kathleen Kennedy correct in moving away from the Marvel model? How should Star Wars roll out its movies in the future? Let's discuss. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and share this video. And until the next time you realize they're just going to immediately recapture those space horses anyway, remember to join us at Nerdist.com.